he keeps that enmity on us in spirit and in truth. And Esau, you don't like it. Hey, but guess what, Esau? We don't like your enmity either. But you know what? Hey, this is the Lord's show. So don't come up in here and think that you're going to get away with it. Because that's why we're sitting here in spirit and in truth.
More? I have more?
Yeah, go ahead, man.
This is verse 8. O daughter of Babylon, who art to be destroyed, happy shall he be that rewarded thee as thou hast served us. And would you serve us? I'm sorry, brother, you want to break that down?
No, I'm not saying, he said daughter of Babylon,
yeah.
So people want to hear what they want to hear. So they didn't say, oh, Babylon. It says daughter of Babylon, which means it's something prophetic, right? So like
no, that's good. That's a good point, because I forgot to mention that. I thought about it, and then I stopped, and that's the spirit. But, what did you reward us with? You know, you rewarded us with all type of hell. You forwarded the affliction after slavery, what they call post-slavery. You had your groups like the Ku Klux Klan,
The
KKK.
hatred, that's enmity.
Right. All your presidents, they did nothing for the tribes. All your prime ministers, right? You had residential schools. Now you have the Maxine. I'm going to say that again.
got rap music.
Right.
Give a shitlins. You know what I mean?
Shitlins.
Hey, so if Esau, we're calling out in spirit and in truth his enmity against us. So why would we want to take the Maxine? Or by the way, why would we want to take anything that you have to offer us? All of a sudden, are you trying to tell me, Esau, all of a sudden now you're a good guy? Are you going to break the scriptures where it says enmity there? No. The hatred, that you will always have that hatred for us, and we're always going to have that hatred for you.
Right.
But ours is in spirit and in truth. Yours is in wickedness. So we should accept everything that you're telling us now. We should just lie down, roll our sleeves up to over our head, our shirts over our head. Not at the shoulders anymore. It's over your head because you can't see because the faces of the judges are covered. Is that what you want us to do? Of course, that's what you want us to do. Go ahead, brother.
One more precept. Last precept. It says, "Happy shall he be that taketh and dasheth thy little ones against a stone." So that's what you did to our children. You fed our children to alligators. You put up these abortion clinics. You have something called eugenics. And now we're going to do that to you in the kingdom.
That's Esau's perfect love down here. That's his perfect love.
How is it?
Can you wrong him? Hey, can we wrong you to do that? Can we wrong you to do that when you're living out your prophecies, your fulfillments?
Got a precept?
Yeah, go ahead, brother.
This is Matthew 2:16. Then Herod, when he saw that he was mocked, as the brothers right now, he's kind of mocking Esau.
Mocking Esau.
Right? So of course the elites are watching these videos, they don't take kindness to that kind of tone, so this Negro talking like that. Make sure he gets the double dose of the Nazi.
Right. That's right.
Then Herod, when he saw that he was mocked of the wise men, which is that's what we are, because this wisdom knows understand what's given to us, so make us wise. Right? Try to make a wise domain, which is kingdom. Was exceeding wrath and sent forth and slew all the children that were in Bethlehem, right? The house of bread. And this is where we are right now, the house of bread.
That's right.
And this is bread being handed out, right? And all the coasts thereof, from 2 years old and under. So this where it says, happy shall you be that take your kids, smash kids as well, because you did that, and you put a decree to kill 2-year-old kids, man. Yeah. I never brother have children, but you say that 2 years is helpless. It's like a little worm. It has no defensive, nothing. Right?
So can I say something?
Go ahead, brother.
And then the brothers, the elders were going into that. Most of the babies were Benjamites.
Khan.
Yeah.
Khan.
Yeah, Khan.
Right.
Because it was Benjamin that was in that coast, most of them,
Khan.
Yeah, you see it? Yeah, it's interesting. And that if you look at it, that's the youngest son, one of the younger sons of Yaakov. It's all for a reason. They like to, there's been a pattern, right? Just like Gad. When you go into it in our history, hey, I read some stuff, the elder showed them to me, man, I'm telling you, I had to put the book away and go pray because, hey, I wanted to kill every Edomite that I saw. But the Lord don't work that way.
Yeah.
And what I'm saying, through his vessels. He'll do it himself, like all these jacking you people up right now who have taken the Maximes. But I'm telling you, I read those things, you know what I'm talking about. Hey, these men in here know what I'm talking about. They've been there. All right? Anyway, what you got? Go ahead.
So 2 years old and under, according to the time which had diligently inquired of the wise men. So that's in Matthew 2.
Okay, so Genesis 3 and...
God.
Yeah, you're still at 15. I just want to bring one more point out on the hate, the
Yeah.
enmity, before we move to the next part. Right, so this is Romans. One second.
Eight, 7?
Yeah, you have it?
No?
Yeah,
Real
'cause I
quick
mean-
too, I was gonna say real quick, 'cause I was reading a scripture, it's Romans 8 and 7, I'll just get right to the point, just while you're finding your precept.
All right, then read 9 and 13. Actually, hold that. Let me just read 9 and 13.
Okay,
It's,
go on.
it's a classic, as we know. It says, as it is written, because people like to say hating on the Bible, but it says, right, that's what the enmity is talking about. As it is written, Jacob have I loved, but Esau have I hated. Right? So that's Romans 9 and 13. So this proves, again, the fact that this is the Lord's show. Right? Hey, and you people out there can't change it. You can talk all the shit you want. Read on, brother.
I was just gonna read and say that my point was that enmity is the result of carnality. Enmity with the Most High is the result of carnality.
100%.
Right? So this is Romans 8 and 7. It says, because the carnal mind is enmity against Yahweh, for it is not subject to the law of Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai. And that's interesting too, because the serpent obviously is carnal. And that makes sense because these Edomites, they're against everything to do, they're against the law, they're against the commandments of the Most High. And that's why everything that the Most High is set to be right, they do it on the left or they do it backwards. You know, they do the opposite of it. So
Yeah.
that enmity between us and Esau, that's what it's talking about when it says the woman, the serpent seed and the woman, Israel and Israel and Esau, is due to Jake being spiritual and Esau being carnal. You know. And
Yeah,
that's
perfect-
why the Most High
perfect-
hates
perfect
Esau and loves
yes,
Jacob.
right.
Right? But yeah, that's what I was
Well,
gonna
it
say.
says, but subject, not subject to my law, in other words, subject
Right.
means under rule.
Right.
So he's liking himself unto a God, right? Unto the Most High, right? Because that's in his mind, but he was created that way. Okay, it's
Yeah.
like the brother is saying it was written, so there's nothing you can do to change it.
That's right.
Like it says, I'll put enmity. So the Most High put that hatred in him. So you can't say he's gonna like you now.
Yeah.
You have to read the Bible. If you read the Bible, you say I can't change this man.
Yeah.
Neither can I change how I'm made.
Fine.
Because it was just written in our DNA to be a certain way,
Yeah.
right? And some of us are written to go off and follow the so-called white man.
That's right. And that's why like with, what's her name, Harris being in office, and she's, you know, holding hands with Esau himself, that's Genesis 3 and 15 that we're reading all over again. And now the ending of this precept, because it just goes into what you're saying, it says, neither indeed can be. So, like you said, they're not set up to be with the Most High or connected to the Most High like Jake is. And even 2/3 of Israel is not connected to the Most High. That shows you the gap. Right? Come on. That was it on that.
Imagine walking around with your hands
I got a
always
precept,
like
though.
this. Go ahead, brother.
Yes, sir. I got 1 Corinthians, just to back up Brother Ahmad's point. 1 Corinthians chapter 2, verse 14. But the natural man receiveth not the things of the Spirit of the Most High, for they are foolishness unto him, neither can he know them because they are spiritually discerned. And just want to bring out the word natural man here. That's very important because it relates to this devil, and pretty much you 2/3, you have taken on the natural path. It's Greek psychikos, that's what it means, that's what it says in Greek, and it says, having the nature and characteristics of breath, the principle of animal life which men have in common with the brutes. So this is like people who are in an animalistic state, who are without the law. You know that, and that's why this devil, he can't follow it. First of all, it says Psalms 50 and 16, what hast thou to declare my statutes, right? And this devil, he can't keep these statutes because he's a natural man. And yeah, that's the result of it.
That's right.
That was it.
Yeah. That's also why Cain gave up fruits instead of the first lamb. That's why Esau sought no repentance when he was crying for his blessing. Like what the brother said, is ultimately the Most High set it up that way. But these are different reasons. These are the many different reasons as to why Esau is like that as well. You know?
Yeah, it's showing basically two gods. The Lord created two gods, right? One for the left, one for the right, right? Hey, and they cannot make things work. We cannot make things work, right? The Lord said He's going to make it work in terms of, I'm just saying, the scripture might come to you where it talks about live peaceably among men. That's a different thing with this character. But as far as who they are separate unto Him to do a separate work of, which is work of wickedness.
That's right.
Right? Esau.
Okay, so this
was righteousness.
precept, Ecclesiastes 1:15, it says, that which is crooked cannot be made straight.
Exactly.
Okay, so the Most High had made Esau crooked. So there's nothing you can do to save him, man. That enmity is basically a defect. Right? The Most High made him defected in unrighteousness. Right? And that which is wanting cannot be numbered. So the word wanting in the Hebrew is
Strong's H 2642. Chesron.
so it has thrown, and that means a thing lacking, defect, deficiency. Is in the brother Gabar says his name is Ishashua. Wasted away is he. So he's deficient to be ruled, be under rule, to be subject to the Most High, man.
Sure.
You know what I mean?
And even in subjection, he's still gonna try to do his bullshit.
Gone.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Jeremiah 13:23. Can the Ethiopian change his skin? Or the leopard
Beautiful.
his spots?
Beautiful.
That's right.
Then may ye also do good that are accustomed to do evil.
Wow.
So yeah, slow down for the brothers, man. Cause you know Jake, man.
Yeah.
Brother asking, can an Ethiopian change his skin?
Yeah.
Right? On you. And can a leopard change his spot?
That's right.
No. Okay?
Yeah.
So that's what Bob is saying, man. You can't change Esau's role, neither can you change Jake's role.
That's right.
Right? Jake wants to be a nigga. Okay, that's why the Most High differentiate between Jake and Yasher Allah, Israel, of the elect.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
Jake wants to listen to clothes, hose, and
Yeah, the clothes, hose,
yeah.
and come on.
Yeah, money was a
Yeah,
clothes.
cash,
Yeah, money was a
cash,
clothes.
hose, and clothes.
Yeah, money was the clothes. That's Jake right there, man.
That's Jake's
You know what I
guy.
mean?
Right, clothes and hose.
Right? So that's why when you see a so-called Negro in the street, you just ignore him, man. You know what I mean? Unless he give you some sign that he's seeking something, where because that's how I came to the truth.
Yeah.
There's a banner saying this man wants to hear about Yahweh and Shai.
Yeah.
And that's what the elder did.
Yeah.
Right? I knew he was an Israelite at that point, but under some other doctrine. I wasn't on the subject of Yahweh and Shai.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Con. Okay, yeah, Con. So back to Genesis 3:15. I will put enmity between thee and the woman, and between thy seed and her seed.
Yes. So we got to talk about the seed, right?
That's right.
Between thy seed and her seed.
That's right.
Right. So anyway, I think we established it. We can talk
Yeah.
about Esau's seed.
Being Jacob and Esau.
Jacob and Esau, we did that. Her seed.
Well, is it for a time or is it perpetually? Because we gotta bring perpetual. It's an imagery between her seed and that. So my thing now is different. That was the God of the Old Testament, and like that's done away with. And he said no, Edomite, all that madness.
Yeah, Con.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So perpetual hatred. I think in Ezekiel 35. I think it's Ezekiel.
And also, while they're looking for that, this just proves that women, if you look at it, women don't have a seed.
Okay, no,
Women don't have a seed.
Right.
If you, but the brother's gonna get the scripture.
Yeah.
Right?
I have it though.
You got it?
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's perpetual.
woman's
Yeah,
not-
yeah, that's good.
Luke, we got Luke.
No,
No,
it's
Ezekiel.
Ezekiel
Okay,
35.
bring it out because
Okay. This is Ezekiel chapter 35, verse 5. Because thou hast had perpetual hatred, and hast shed the blood of the children of Yashala by the force of the sword in the time of their calamity, in the time that their iniquity had an end.
Sure. So see that enmity has to stop, and it's continual, right? That's the word perpetual. It means continual, everlasting, until the Yahweh stops it, right? So tell me this is a so-called white man now. He's your friend, right? If you get a so-called white man as your friend and he's cool and he's getting this truth, he's not an Edomite man. All right, because Edomite has no love for you, Jake, because the Most High put that there to hate you perpetually.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Beautiful.
And if you think you're a white man or a so-called white man and you're getting this truth, you know, like just pray the Most High and then keep going, because like you might not be what you think you are, man. All right, because it's not a color thing. This is spiritual, and it's a nation thing. And we know there are people that's been scattered to the four corners of the earth and looking at other nations, man. All right, so you could have that curse of leprosy on you, right? But your spirit saying, "Hey, I'm an Israelite, man," and you call that name Yahweh Shai, continue.
That's right.
You know?
Beautiful.
That you on that precept?
Yeah, that's all I had.
I
It's
got
perpetual unless you wanted more.
No, we gotta go into more, because
Okay.
what I wanted to just clearly bring out is the seed, because, hey, we're gonna get into it, but what I'm saying is this precept alone cut this thing about the seed and the woman, right? Because it's talking about Esau's seed and it's talking about the seed of Israel, right? And that's what we want to make plain so that people can understand simply how to
Because
read it.
you can even go into Second Esdras when it talks about the woman being Israel.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Right?
we should get that.
But that term, the seed, I wanted to get to Luke 1 and 37 because we need to link the basic scriptures.
All right, I'll
And
get
get
it
to
for you.
Luke 1 and 37 because we
I'll
need to
get it.
show our seed, and then we're going to expose Esau's seed, and then we're going to get into it.
I got
Right?
it.
Because we're giving them a lot. And,
I got it.
Yeah.
We're breaking it down, but it's a lot.
This is Luke chapter 1, verse 37. For with the Most High nothing shall be impossible.
Yep.
Which is Israel.
So it'd be impossible, because you're saying, how can you have two nations?